Alright crew, Neil again, bringing you another episode of the Energy Academy. So, now you know how the balancing mechanism works, let's explore what happens when participants are out of position. A generator or supplier is out of position in a settlement period when it doesn't deliver in line with its final physical notification or its bid offer acceptance. Imbalance pricing, also known as cash out or the system price, is the amount they are charged by Elexon as a penalty for being out of balance. A quick reminder, Elexon is the organisation in charge of administering the balancing and settlement code. Anyway, imbalance pricing is a key part of wholesale trading arrangements in Great Britain. The wholesale market is set up so that suppliers enter into contracts with generators to make sure that generation and demand are aligned. That said, these contracts don't always cover the generation and demand requirements on the transmission system. So, in order to balance the system, National Grid ESO takes actions in the balancing mechanism. This much you know already. The system price, the amount charged by Elexon for being out of position, is charged per megawatt hour. If a participant has generated less power or used more power than it said it would in its physical notification, it has to buy that shortfall of electricity at the system price. If a participant has generated more power or used less power than it said it would, it has to sell that extra electricity at the system price. The system price just reflects the cost that the ESO incurs to balance the system. This is where system length comes in. When people talk about system length, it's just a way of visualizing imbalance. When generation is greater than demand, basically when there's too much electricity on the system is long. In this case, the system price is based on how much it costs the ESO to reduce generation or increase demand. When demand is greater than generation, when there's not enough electricity on the system is short. Here, the system price is based on how much it costs the ESO to increase generation or reduce demand. So, is being charged the system price a penalty? Yes, but also no. While it could be considered a punishment for your asset being out of step with what you said it would do, there's still an opportunity for revenues here. This is widely known as NIV chasing. This happens when operators run their assets to get exposure to the system price. It's called NIV chasing because overall imbalance is known as the net imbalance volume, or NIV, and participants chase it. They do this by betting on what the system price will be and then deliberately over-generating or under-generating so that those additional volumes are then charged at the system price. This could be better or worse than what they achieved on the wholesale market. Though it can, in theory, be a risky trading strategy, it does open the door to another revenue stream for asset operators. Anyway, in the next episode, I'll introduce you to ancillary services. I'll see you there.